Moving on to the seventh question. The seventh question is about autogenic succession. Before going into the question, let's discuss about succession. Succession is simply the evolution of an ecosystem. Can be simply termed as evolution that happens over a long period of time. And this will reshape the structure of ecosystem. It will add species. And finally, this will reach a balanced state. That ecosystem will reach a balanced state. So in essence, what succession means is a disturbed ecosystem that realigns, that evolves into a balanced, stable state. That is succession. Succession happens in two ways, that is autogenic and allogenic. Autogenic succession is nothing but a self-driven one. Means the organisms that are there in the ecosystem, they'll modify their environment so that the succession happens. That is what is called autogenic succession. Allogenic succession means there comes an external factor. This external factor leads to the succession. That is called allogenic succession. And the external factors can be some abiotic factors like a volcanic activity, a flood, etc. And it can also be human activities. Human interference can also cause succession in ecosystem. So that is allogenic succession. And there is one more thing, primary and secondary succession. Primary and secondary succession. What is primary succession and what is secondary succession? Primary succession means this happens on a lifeless area where there is no soil. Say a bare rock. What happens in this bare rock is lichens and mosses starts to appear on this bare rock, and this lichens and mosses which comes first into this bare rock is called a pioneer species. This pioneer species, they will transform this bare rock into soil. So soil started here. When there is soil, small grasses and shrubs starts to come. This phase, this intermediate phase in a succession is called a Seral stage, and these species are called a Seral. Now, this series, they will again develop and this will transform into large trees along with this grass and shrubs. So, this bare rock is gradually transformed into a forest. Now it became a stable ecosystem, and this final stage is called the climax community. So what happened here? A bare rock that transformed into a forest. So this is what is called a primary succession. It starts from a soilless state to a well-developed forest. This is called primary succession. Since it is having so many stages, it is a gradual, slow process. Now, what a secondary succession is? There will be some pre-existing forms of that ecosystem. There will be soil, and the succession starts from some intermediate stages, and it finally again reaches to the climax community. That is what a secondary succession. Since there is pre-existing soil, this succession will be somewhat faster than this primary succession. So this is all about succession. Now look into the question. The question is about autogenic succession. Autogenic succession is often discussed in the context of, as I said earlier, autogenic succession means the succession happens because of the internal factors or self-driven succession. So Answer is B. Succession driven by organisms themselves modifying the environment. That is what is autogenic succession is. That is all about the topic. I think this is clear for you.